I took a pill in Ibiza to show Avicii I was cool. And when I finally got sober, felt 10 years older. But fuck it, it was something to do.
Who did it? Who did it?
It was that guy.
Who did it?
That was the guy.
Oh shit.
Can you see into my eyes like open doors?
Yeah, show.
Into you. I should be over all the butterflies, but I'm into you. And baby, even
What's up? You fucked up. I'm pulling my hair. Find you somebody else to play. What's up? Bitch, what's up? Pussy asshole. Pussy asshole ass bitch. What's up with it? What's up with it? What's up with it?
Here's what the scripture says. He that finds a wife finds a good thing. Didn't say
This is women's favorite thing to quote, but they never acknowledge who said it. King Solomon said, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing." But he had 700 wives and 300 concubines. But women be so fixated on this Western concept of the one or being a man's only woman. But let's go back to that word concubine, because the Bible clearly makes a discrepancy between wives and the rest of the women that Solomon was dealing with. Biblically, a woman can only be your wife if you took her virginity. That's why when marriage used to be carried out, they needed tokens of virginity for the woman for the marriage to actually go through. So if you're not a virgin, you can't be a wife unless all the men you have been with have died. It doesn't mean you can't be a good woman. It doesn't mean you can't be virtuous. But biblically, it means you can't be a wife. But the word concubine is used to describe every other woman a man can deal with. A man can take in a prostitute and she will be his concubine. A wife is supposed to be a woman that's only ever known you and is permanently connected to you.
Love is confusing. I know that. But when are you gonna get your head out of the goddamn gutter? They're gone. They don't love you anymore. They stopped replying. They stopped the calls. They stopped communication. But why do you still reach out? You're just hurting yourself even more. You gotta let go.
I'm not ashamed of the number of men I've slept with, but the quality.
So justification is a very powerful weapon, because with enough imagination, you can make anything sound like a good idea. And it is the go-to weapon that women flock to when they're running away from their personal responsibility and or accountability. Why is it so important to need to wrap your head around things that you know you're probably going to regret? One hard truth about women is they have a very hard time with not feeling good. One of the biggest reasons for this is because they're so used to being able to feel good whenever they want. Especially because all most of them have to do is post an Instagram photo of their butt with a heavy filter on their face, and they'll have 100 comments of simping guys telling them, "I would marry you. Please hit me up and respond. You're the most beautiful girl in the world." But with every compliment and sexual encounter, the feeling of euphoria that you got the first time you received one gets weaker and weaker. And eventually it becomes the standard, and the standard eventually becomes boring. Because you never learned how to give this same feeling to yourself without needing help from external sources. When you start needing more, you start doing more, which means more fishing and more sex. Because women know they will regret what they're going to do just to continue feeling good, they have to make it make sense in their heads. so they can sleep at night. It's why she's fluffing up the things she says with colorful rhetoric like, I was in an entanglement. Don't let them fool you. Stay woke.
I told you, these bitches wanna fucking they Corona. I'm sipping and I'm smoking, I'm a stoner.
Drive these brothers crazy. I do it on the daily. They treat me really nicely. They buy me all these ices. Dolce and Gabbana, Fendi and Adana. Karen, they be sharing all the.
You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
Load up the Drake, fuck it, I'm making them pay. It's high and niggas won't take it, ayy.
Yeah, my boyfriend's too much of a nerd to fuck anyone else. You can still get topped off at Legoland. Being into bricks doesn't make you chase.
You're broke, forget women and go get your bag. Go and get your bag if you're broke. Don't worry about.
And that's something I had to learn the hard way. When I was young and dumb and full of, you know what, it was women over everything. Women over my purpose. Women over the, you know, when I was in sports, training, women this, women that. And even if I was doing something with my purpose or training for the next season, I wanted women to be involved. Now that I'm older and I'm looking around and it's guys older than me, and you worried about viscosity? You worried about vagina? You'd rather be broke, but sexually satisfied. Son, where the hoes at? Where the females at? Who all there? Bro, you need to be worried about your resume for Indeed.com. It's just that simple. Don't worry about no females. I never understood, because when I'm broke, he ain't getting up. I don't care what nothing. I don't care how good she look. When I got no money, he's not getting up.
What's an unpopular opinion you have? I'll go first.
No, you won't. I will. Don't get fucking married no matter who you are. At least in the US. I'll also go second. Don't have kids unless you're 100% sure you really want to be there for them the whole time. If you're one of those like, I don't know if I want them.
Don't fucking have them.
There's enough people on this planet and we don't need more shitty half-ass parents.
What do you mean breathe? Don't tell me to breathe. I can't be. Yo, bring me a shot. Bring me a shot.
Baby, you're not complicated at all. All you want is money, food, and a view like this.
And y'all want a dude with money. Dudes like this will use you harder than the people that work for him. Think, ladies, think. You're just an employee. You mop up the toilet. You mop up the glizzy stick. And when you're coming from abundance, it's nothing to you. And your spot will be filled just as quickly as possible. You don't want to do something for me? Guess what? You're gone. Especially if you have nothing to offer him. If you are not a business partner and giving him ideas, you're not going to matter. You're just going to keep being a janitor and mopping up the glizzy stick. That's it. Ladies, if you're not the reason why he is rich, you don't matter.
I don't want that 'cause she moves. I'm basically
saying you groomed her. That boy is really a loser. You're in the 8th grade. He's in the 11th. Why are you talking to juniors?
Wake me up.
Once she makes an excuse saying we can't date anymore, but then posts someone else.
Me mad as shit, so I slapped the shit. I ain't even hopping the cool. The bitch gonna start to clean.
Hey, she lie to your face, I really don't get it. She say what you want her to say. At the end of the day, I'm still getting money, regardless, I'm still getting paid. She want Gucci, Louis, and the Fendi. Fuck around.
Life is not easy. It is not. Don't try to make it that way. Life's not fair. It never was. It isn't now, and it won't ever be. Do not fall into the trap, the entitlement trap, of feeling like you're a victim. You are not. Get over it and get on with it. And yes, most things are more rewarding when you break a sweat to get them.